Welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful week. I've had one of those weeks that just requires a lot of patience. And about the only thing I have for you this week is an update on my Suburban because I have spent the entire week with family. And as I explained to you last week, I do not film my grandchildren or other family members. For other people have decided to do that, that's their decision, but I just don't do that. So anyway, this week, basically, I have an update on my Suburban. It has basically been a week where we concentrated on doing the brakes in the limited time that we had that we could work on it together. So what has happened is I have, well, me and the person that's working on it, we have replaced brake lines. We have replaced the front rotors. We have replaced calipers, brake hardware in the back brakes. We have replaced the drums, shoes, all of those kinds of things. And everything was going really well. Actually, we were both kind of surprised at how well the brake lines came off. There really wasn't any issues there at all. No bolts that were frozen or anything like that. So as we were taking all the brake parts off, what we found was everything went very smooth. And then we got to the very last bolt in the very last wheel cylinder, and it was frozen tight. There was nothing we could do to get that broke loose. Long story short, wound up going in and getting a bolt extraction tool, and even that did not work. It just rounded the bolt off. So basically, we had to wind up grinding that bolt head off in order to get that last cylinder off. So that has been completed now. And like I said, very surprised that it went as smoothly as it did, except for that final bolt, and that bolt slowed us down for about 2 days. So my goal with the brakes was to make sure that everything had been replaced that could possibly break, rust through, anything that could possibly cause me issues later down the road while I'm driving down the road, possibly with a grandchild with me. Brakes is something I don't play around with. And because the vehicle is over 40 years old and it has sat for over 20 years, I wanted to make sure everything had been replaced and I would have no worries. If you've ever worked on an old vehicle, you'll be aware that once you fix one thing, if you don't replace everything that can go wrong, then many times you're going to have problems. Within a week, 2 weeks, or a month, something else is bound to break. So the length of time this vehicle has sat, and with the fact that it's over 40 years old, I didn't want to take any chances. So everything's been replaced, and I am now ready to move on to putting on a new starter and a new transmission. And I should have all the parts I need for that.